Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of today's English question. I am your host, Teacher Andre, and I am so happy to have you here today. Today's question is one that I hear from my students almost every single week. It doesn't matter if they are CEOs of big companies or students preparing for their first exchange program. The question is, Teacher Andre, how do I talk about myself in English without sounding like a robot? Think about it. You're at a networking event, or maybe you're starting a new job, or perhaps you're just meeting someone new at a cafe. That moment arrives. They look at you and say, "So, tell me a little bit about yourself." Your heart starts to beat faster. Your brain starts searching for all the grammar rules you've ever learned. You think, should I start with my name, my age, my job? Do I mention my dog? In today's episode, we are going to demystify the art of the introduction. I'm going to give you a clear, step-by-step roadmap to introduce yourself with confidence, whether you're in a boardroom or a bar. By the end of this episode, you won't just have a script, you'll have a strategy. Pay attention. Tip 1. The professional introduction, the PPF formula. Let's start with the most common high-pressure situation, the professional environment. This could be a job interview, a meeting with a new client, or a roundtable introduction at a conference. In these situations, you want to be concise but impressive. Most people make the mistake of going in chronological order. I was born in 1990, then I went to university in 2008, then I got my first job in 2012. Stop right there. Unless you are writing an autobiography, no one needs the timeline. Instead, I want you to use the present, past, future formula. Present. What is your current role and one recent achievement? Establish your current value. Past. A brief highlight from your background. Show how you got here. Future. Why are you here today? What are you looking forward to? Show enthusiasm and direction. See what I did there? It's logical, it's fast, and it tells a story. Pay attention. Tip 2. The social introduction. Finding the hook. Now let's pivot. You're at a party. If you use the PPF formula there, you might sound a bit too formal. In a social setting, the goal isn't to show your value, it's to build a connection. To do this, you need a hook. A hook is a small piece of interesting information that gives the other person a reason to keep talking to you. The boring way. I'm Andre, I'm from Brazil, I'm a teacher. Result? The conversation dies. The other person says, "Oh, cool," and looks for someone else to talk to. The hook way. I'm Andre, I'm originally from Brazil, but I've lived in 3 different countries in the last decade. I'm an English teacher, but when I'm not in the classroom, I'm usually searching for the best sourdough bread in the city. See what I did there? It's logical, it's fast, and it tells a story. Pay attention. Tip 3. Cultural nuances, the "how are you" mystery. As your teacher, I have to be honest with you about English-speaking culture. One of the biggest mistakes learners make is answering the question, "How are you?" or "How's it going?" too honestly. In many languages, if I ask how you are, I want to know about your life. In English, especially in the US, UK, and Australia, it is often just a verbal handshake. When someone says, "How's it going?" during an introduction, don't say, "Well, actually, my back hurts and I didn't sleep well." Do say, "Great, thanks. How about yourself?" Or, "Not too bad. Keeping busy. You?" Keep the energy high and the answer short. This shows you understand the social flow of English. Pay attention. Tip 4. Common grammar traps to avoid. Let's look at some corrections. These are the mistakes I hear most often during introductions. 1. I am coming from versus I am from. I am coming from Brazil. Incorrect. I am from Brazil or I come from Brazil. Correct. Why? I am coming from implies you are literally on a bus or plane moving from that location right now. For your origin, use the simple present. 2. I have 30 years. I have 30 years, incorrect. I am 30 or I am 30 years old. Correct. Why? In English, we are our age. We don't have it. Though, honestly, in social settings, you don't even need to mention your age. 3. I work as versus I am a. Both are correct, but I'm a job is much more natural. I'm a software engineer sounds much more fluent than I work as a software engineer. Pay attention. Tip 5. Power vocabulary to describe your personality. If you want to move from B1 to C1, you need to stop using the word good. You are not just a good worker or a good person. Let's look at some high-level adjectives to describe yourself. For the workplace, proactive. I'm very proactive. I don't wait for instructions. I like to find solutions myself. Results-oriented. I'm a results-oriented person. I like seeing the final impact of my work. Collaborative. I really enjoy working in collaborative environments. For social life, easygoing. I'm pretty easygoing. I like to go with the flow. Outdoorsy. I'm an outdoorsy person. You'll usually find me hiking on the weekends. A foodie. I'm a total foodie. I love trying new restaurants. Pay attention. Tip 6. The elevator pitch practice. I want to end today's episode with a challenge. I call this the 30-second mirror challenge. I want you to go to a mirror, yes, right now, and practice a 30-second version of your introduction using everything we talked about today. Here is a template you can use. The greeting, hi there, I'm name. I'm currently working as a job at company where I focus on main task. The hook, outside of work, I'm actually a big fan of hobby or interest. The return, and you? What brings you here today? Why the return? Because the best talkers are the best listeners. By ending with a question, you take the pressure off yourself and put the ball back in their court. Introducing yourself isn't about having a perfect accent. It's about being clear and authentic. People don't remember the grammar mistake you made in the third sentence. They remember how you made them feel. Were you smiling? Did you seem interested? Did you share something human? If you can do those 3 things, you have already mastered the introduction. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's English question. I have been your host, Teacher Andre, and I know that you can connect to an English-speaking world even sooner than you think. Bye for now.